Oh, yeah. Well, he is a rapper and actor who loves basketball so much, he created his own 3-on-3 league. We're talking about the Big Three. Ice Cube is in the house, along with the league's commissioner, Hall of Famer Clyde, the Glide Drexler. Thank you so much for coming.
We're delighted to be here.
Oh,
yes.
my
Good
goodness.
morning.
I am really excited about this interview.
Oh, man, you know, we've been waiting to get to Atlanta.
Yeah?
Ever since last year, people were saying, yo, when you going to bring the Big Three to Atlanta?
And you did it.
Now here we are.
And let's talk about that, too, because you were in Atlanta when you had this dream about the Big Three, about this, and then you brought it into fruition. So talk a little bit about that. You were filming
I was in Atlanta filming a movie called Barbershop 3.
Oh, yeah.
And Kobe, you know, he was playing in his last game and he scored 60 points. And I was mad I wasn't at the game and I can't see him play no more. So I was like, man, it should be a place where you can go see these guys play again. And that's kind of how the ball started rolling on this Big Three idea. I had been thinking about 3-on-3 for a while, like why hasn't it been elevated to the professional level?
Sure.
So these two ideas kind of intersected, you know, while I was here, and you know, now we got the Big Three. And
we're talking about retired players from the NBA, right?
Yes, yes.
So how do you go about recruiting them? You can talk about the client.
Every year there are players who retire or on the bubble of retiring, like Vince Carter.
Oh, yeah.
And so those are the guys we target. But we also have some young players who are trying to get back into the NBA, improve themselves. So if you come in and do work in the Big Three, the NBA is watching, of course, and you may get another shot.
And this is it's faster pace.
Yes.
And very physical, too.
Yes.
And we're talking about retired players, so they're not out of the game yet. They got a lot more speed to go.
Yeah, they're just retired from the NBA. You know? I mean, these guys are ballers forever. And so, yeah, it's a faster pace, a 14-second shot clock. First team to 50 wins. So we took out all the dead air, and the game moves pretty fast. You can get, you know, we got 4 games tonight, so it's 4 games for the price of 1. So you can't really beat that. You see all the stars that's in our league tonight. So it's an amazing thing, and we're very proud of it.
And tonight's game, we're actually going to be seeing some former Hawks players too.
Oh yeah,
quite a few.
We got a few.
Can you tell us about that as well?
I mean, you know, Josh Childress is a guy who I know the Hawks picked up. And you know, he was a big time Hawk for a while, and you know, we got people like who came in like Mike Bibby, you know, maybe on the tail end of his career, you know. So I mean, we got players that, you know, been through the NBA, have a great fan base. We got a couple of players that played at Georgia Tech, like Deion Glover. So you know, we got some Georgia boys in the house.
That's nice to see. Nice to see. And Clyde, we're also talking about how different this one is. You know, we're 3 players instead of 5, and we also have an extra referee as well, too.
Yeah, you have 3 officials.
Okay.
Yeah, and so you know, the Big Three is half court. So even though these guys are in their mid to early 30s, when you condense the court, they're at half court now.
Yeah.
They can still play. They still have the skills.
So it's physical, too. It's
very physical, and it's passionate. These guys care. But, you know, we play once a week. So they have recovery time. So it's half court, and it's only once a week. So you see fast and furious basketball, and the fans love it.
And we're looking at a younger generation of fans as well, too.
Absolutely.
Yes. You know, our game skews younger than the NBA because a lot of youngsters play 3-on-3. You know, when they get to school, you know, right before the bell ring, you only got a little time to play. you know, a few minutes of 3-on-3, or at nutrition or lunch. 3-on-3 is played all through school, so it is a young man's game, and so it's an interesting dynamic. You know, we do have players who are retired from the NBA, but we have young fans who are pulling their parents to come see it.
Oh my God, there's so much more that I want to talk to you about, but first, I cannot believe that it has been 30 years since Straight Outta Compton. You know, let's talk about the soundtrack of my life.
30 years.
How did you feel when you look back at the influence of that album and what's going on today, over 3 decades and your success?
Oh man, you know, it's a blessing in a lot of ways. When we did that record, we never knew it was gonna even get out the neighborhood.
Really?
Because it was, you know, it was so raw. We didn't know that, you know, it would even, you know, get, you know, anywhere but from the underground. So to you know, still be on the ride 30 years later from straight out of Compton is amazing.
And if you haven't had the chance, folks, to see the movie, definitely see it,
Oh, yeah,
because it's amazing.
Movie.
Your son looks just like you, and he did a great job.
Oh, he did an amazing job.
Oh, my goodness.
We're so proud of him. And the movie, you know, we're proud of that. We thank Universal for everything they did to help that movie come along.
Well, thank you both for coming.
Thanks
Much
for having
success.
me.
I know it's going to be incredible.
It is.
And of course, folks at home, you can catch 4 games of Big 3 basketball tonight at Infinite Energy Center in Duluth. Tip-off is set for 7.